In this little clip, Dr. Longo is asked if you could do fasting once a month for 12 months in a row. And that's what I have to do for my neuropathy.
That's wonderful information. Okay, so I get a lot of questions. How many times can we do FMD per year? And can it be done every single month? Are there any negatives to doing it monthly?
Yeah, I always say that you should do it when you need to do it. Eventually, we're going to have data for millions and millions of people. And then it might turn out that people that do it once a month, they're incredible and they're much younger, et cetera, et cetera. So we've done that in the diabetes clinical trial once a month, and people were fine. No, we did it for a year, once a month for a year, and the patients could finish it. But they had diabetes, right? So it made sense to say do it once a month. Everybody else, I think, if somebody is healthy or very healthy, 3 or 4 times a year should be the goal. And then, but then, yes, if you're trying to solve a problem, you have a real problem to solve, then it's a different story. You may have to do things, so nobody wants to get 4 COVID vaccination, right? But right now, you don't have much of a choice, right? So you want COVID or you want 4 COVID vaccinations. There's a lot of arguing over that, right? Well, so why do you get that? Well, in special situations like this, it's better to get 4 COVID vaccines than to risk getting COVID. And that's the same thing with all kinds of conditions and diseases. You have something, there's a small chance that many cycles of the FMD could have some side effects. We haven't seen any yet, but that doesn't mean that we cannot think that everything is going to be completely free of side effects. Although I did design it with this in mind, right? So there are, in the FMD, there are more carbohydrate than I could have put in. There are more starches than I will want to put in, et cetera, et cetera. The ketone bodies are going to get high, but I don't want them to get too high. So there's a lot of things that people might even criticize and that were placed in there to make sure that you don't have these continuous yo-yo issues that, could cause problems, even though we don't have evidence for it.
Okay. Speaking of doing it a number of times, could this...
Okay, so I have neuropathy that's progressively getting worse. I think it's a serious problem. So I'm going to be trying it for 12 times once a month.